Hello, everyone. Schoolhouse Intuitive. Thanks so much for being here. Let's get into it for July 2026 for the lovely Libra Collective. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, any placement. If you found me, welcome. This is all about the month of July. We're going to go into common themes and what to expect. We'll touch a little bit on the astrology. And you could find this resonates for any area of your life, money, abundance, projects, career, life purpose, relationships, love, all the things, right? So really, if it fits, great. If it doesn't, don't try to force it. Okay. So let's get into it with some oracle cards. We'll use tarot cards, oracle cards, and I'll share channeled messages. And I may even tune into my crystal ball. So I always meditate before the reading, Libra. And one thing I was getting for you is that you are getting your way in July. And also, I was getting questioning your beliefs. And then a third theme is something it's a very extremely empowering time. So very empowering time, very strengthening, particularly mid-month. Okay. So watch out for mid-month. I was getting another date. I was getting July 20th too. Could be significant in some way. All right. But as you know, I always do weekly readings too. So you can always get more specifics in the weekly readings that I do. So quick overview of the month. Happy Canada Day on July 1st, to those of you who celebrate. Also, we have Mercury retrograde in Cancer, June 29th till July 23rd. I was feeling a lot of nostalgia with that. I was seeing clairvoyantly the Six of Cups. So thinking about, maybe meditating on the Six of Cups and see what it means for you. There could be some emotional miscommunications or lack thereof of communication even. So that I was feeling that more towards the beginning of the month. I was also getting, mid-month clarity, clearing the air, discipline, goals, training your thoughts, retraining your thoughts, really questioning your beliefs was coming in as a very strong theme. And again, only take what resonates. It's just general reading. Some of you are overcoming power struggles this month. All right. Personal battles. You could be, it's just, I'll be honest, what I was getting it's kind of a moody month. There's like mixed moods. Maybe you're dealing with a lot of different personalities, or something emotional, or kind of clearing the air when it comes to emotional clutter. And so I was getting that. There's a new start coming in for a lot of you mid-month. Maybe it's that new moon in Cancer that helps you with that. Early July, great ideas coming in for you. Be mindful of traveling, though. I was feeling that too. Mid to late July, spirituality could be calling. You may be questioning your purpose. And I was getting your creative forces being very strong as we head into Leo season. And it's a very social time too. It feels like it has the potential for being very social. Domestic matters could be taking center stage. Also, happy Independence Day to those of you who celebrate. And we have Pelican here. So it says, now's your chance. Act quickly. All right. And yes, we'll be going from Cancer to Leo season, July 22nd. We have Manatee, forgiveness, surrender, and release. So we have act quickly and surrender and release. Interesting. Okay. Like now's your chance to forgive something, even yourself, Libra. There's that. Let's see. So, July 18th is also kind of, there's supposed to be like Uranus trine Pluto, and there's something I was feeling this energy of something being really rare and possibly very strengthening. I'm getting the word kind of like enhancement. So that's happening. There's some sort of overdue evolution, issues being resolved. There could be a new remedy, repair work for some of you. That's where that extremely empowering time kind of comes in. That's what it feels like. I'm actually hearing right now something about Chicago. So just keep that at, back here, on the stove or whatever you want to call it. Keep that on the, I don't know, file that away. I don't know. All right. So pay attention to your dreams too. You may want to write down your hunches, and maybe share them. Also, you could be helping someone, basically coming in and saving the day in late July or mid to late, sorry. Be aware of big egos. Loudest voice is not always the correct one. All right. The loudest voice isn't always the right choice. I'm getting that. All right. We have, what else do we have? I have so many notes about what came in. A lot came in for July for us. Towards the end of the month, we are going to have a very positive, expansive energy. All right. I'm feeling that around that full moon in Aquarius. It could have something to do with the sun conjunct Jupiter, but you could be inclined to share your gifts or ideas. It feels like an extra sunny day, is what I wrote down. Extra sun, a lot of sun coming in. Career and romance could really flourish. So, full moon in Aquarius, that's the buck moon on July 29th. And this is having to do with like the collective and future goals, and independence, as far as like how do you balance all of that, right? They call it the buck moon, Native American origin, actually, time of year when the bucks, which are male deer, those of you who aren't familiar with the difference, the antlers grow really rapidly. That's why they call it the buck moon. That's when it happens. So this is about your own intuition and connection to collective memories and consciousness that could strengthen. All right. That's what I feel, because when I see any animal with antlers, I think of like that's their connection to divine. So I feel like for some of you, you're really going to be receiving uh, just a lot of intuitive info, and it feels very connected to somewhere between that time period of mid-month where we have the new moon in Cancer, and then that buck moon at the end of the month in Aquarius. So just something again to kind of think about. But of course, always do what's best for you, or tune into your own intuition and see what you get from it, right? I'm just telling you what I'm getting energetically. Okay. Anchor. So have faith and choose optimism. Positivity, optimism. What else? Sailor's knot, entanglement, energetic cords, ties, and bonds. I feel like we had this recently, Libra. So there is something here on the home front or relationships, getting to the heart of the matter. I was getting this something about, maybe it's, remember I said like getting a new start, maybe in the home, family, relations, healing, domestic matters could be taking, this is like mid to late. All right. It feels very like social. Now it doesn't, I will tell you, Libra, not everyone's going to get their way 100%. Remember I was getting like, it's a very moody month. I think I said that anyway. But it does feel like, you may not be able to make everybody happy, but rarely can we, right? So what else do we have, please? What else do we have? Yeah, write down your hunches. Strut your stuff too. When we get that sun into Leo there's something here about courage, confidence, creativity, compassion. I was getting all that. What else do we have? We have treasure map. You're almost there. Don't lose focus. Yeah, not letting relationships interfere with your overall goals and sense of satisfaction, your life purpose, and all that. I was getting that. I feel some of you could be feeling a little conflicted or just kind of overwhelmed a little bit. Maybe you're having a company, or just your calendar is really full socially or something like that. But I was feeling like you're trying to kind of squeeze in a lot. And it is summer months here. It's right at the heart of the summer here in the US. So, maybe that's what I'm picking up on. But let's see what else we get. Actually, I think I'm just going to go right into tarot. I have all kinds of oracle cards out, but let's go right into tarot. So, questioning your own beliefs. I kind of want to get a card on, there's just that act quickly. Now is your chance. All right, we're going to go according to the columns here and just see what we have. What do we have, please? Please do, if you enjoy the video, do like the video, subscribe, hype the video. All of that helps. Thank you. Oh, wow. Look at that. So underneath, now's your chance. Act quickly with that pelican. You have the glorious, lovely magician. Ta-da. They have all the resources they need. This is about putting your skills to the test, putting your skill set to use. So I was getting, enhanced skill set in the meditation. So if maybe some of you are really finding new ways to enhance your abilities in some way, to really showcase your talents too. What else do we have? Possibilities are endless. Very, very empowering time, right? Was feeling that. Okay, and you have the Three of Pentacles. Now, this is what's clarifying manatee with forgiveness, surrender, and release. So it seems like you may not want to roll something out to a group this month, Libra, until you're really ready and can handle whatever sort of criticism might come your way. So maybe you want to keep it to yourself until it's more in its final stages, or you're ready to roll it out, So there's that coming in off that Three of Pentacles with the surrender and release. And sometimes too, we just need to, we can only perfect things so much, and then we have to kind of just like release it to the universe and kind of move on, right? So there's that too. So maybe you're letting something go to publish or something. We have the Hierophant, Taurus energy coming in on that. And this is about having faith, choosing optimism. That's the anchor card. And so with the Hierophant, I'm getting this energy about kind of expanding, again, your knowledge. So maybe you're going to be just learning a lot too in July, but I am feeling that. What else do we have? Underneath, sailor's knot with entanglement, energetic cords, ties, bonds. All right, let's see what we get. There's some, okay. That was a weird, I don't know if you saw how that came out, but it kind of hot, like it bounced off the deck and then spun. So we have the Seven of Cups here. This is what's clarifying the entanglement. And I feel like you could be, like I said, kind of torn as far as which direction to go. And people could be looking to you as far as how to sort through something, how to, like really get to the bottom of something, whether it's a mystery that needs to be solved, or so again, maybe we're getting like repair work or resolution. So maybe you're playing mediator or something, and but like somehow it just, if you can, we have all odd numbers, actually. I'm just noticing that, and they're actually in order. We have 1, 3, 5, 7. Wow. All right. So pay attention to that. There's something significant here with this. Let's see. 1, 3, 5, 7. Any combination of those numbers, but also maybe you really resonate with odd numbers. But I'm getting this right now, kind of this channeled message about, do you really want someone to really involve you in something? There's something here where you might feel kind of pulled in different directions, and then you might feel like almost, or maybe this, energy is flipped and someone else is feeling like left out because you didn't include them. But it's actually good that sometimes we need to keep like other voices out of things, or we need to kind of all know our roles. So there's something here kind of about addressing boundaries, or you could even be going over a job description and coming up with what's going, like tailoring it to yourself, what's going to be part of your day to day versus someone else's. Are you taking on a coaching role, a teaching role with this Hierophant here? Or are you, strictly in like a training period for a set number of time or a set number of months? So that's, I know, getting all kinds of channeled messages here. It can be a little tough sometimes to keep up, and that's what it feels like. It feels almost like there's a little bit of like kind of getting caught up in the mix. There's like a lot of like swirling around energy. It just feels like something I'm feeling. It's kind of like almost like a whirlwind or something, with this Seven of Cups, and it could be really connected to work or a group dynamic. Can also be, family. That's a group dynamic. So you may just have to make some sort of adjustments so that you're not entangled in things. Right, playing off that card, Sailor's Knot card. You don't want to be entangled in things that don't need to involve you. So you may have to be very protective of your energy and just where it goes this month. All right. That's good overall advice anyway, I think. All right. Now for treasure map, what do we have? You're almost there. It says don't lose focus. And that Magician, that's it. They focus, right? And the Seven of Cups, though, with the Seven of Cups, it's like you may not know what to focus on. With the Hierophant and the Three of Pentacles, there could be, again, like a lot of eyes on you, a lot of people involved. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just you yourself may still be trying to figure something out. So it could just, you might feel a little pressure, but a lot of the times we'll feel that right before an accomplishment. So what else do we have? King of Wands. There we are. So let's not stop. Let's keep that going. Keep the inspiration going. Stay motivated. This is a great card for entrepreneurs. This is someone who's very charming and witty, and they stick to it. Like they've been through it. You'll see the salamanders here representing how they've gone through the fire, and they've come out on top. They're king status. Male female doesn't matter in tarot. So what else do we have? Let's clarify a bit more. I'd like to get. I'm getting this like adjustments being needed, but needing to trust that. Okay, let's actually get right into this deck. What do we have here? Clarifying the Magician, please. We have relaxation, go with the flow. Again, sometimes we've put everything we can into something, and we have to kind of, put it out there and let the universe decide, or, let it be what it's going to be, right? What else? You have clarity here, foster self-awareness, card 47. All right, 47 could mean something. What else do we have? I'm getting the name Charity, and then I'm picking up on something about a suitcase too. So traveling, perhaps, just a little bit of a jumper there. I feel like, because I almost saw this card as relocation, so some of you may be relocating. What else do we have? Or just traveling, that's relocating, right? Doesn't have to be permanent. And I'm feeling something too right now too about like light fixtures. So it could be metaphorical, but it could be that you actually have to, change some light bulbs or something. But speaking of changing light bulbs, as I said, you do have some good ideas coming in here in the month of July, particularly in the beginning. And then again, it feels sort of like this window between the new moon and the full moon is just something very important, empowering. All right, so we have Forgiveness, card 8. This is about letting go into the blue. Letting the emotions flow, letting it go, choosing optimism, having faith, and not getting swept away by emotions could actually really, makes me think of the King of Cups. So that could really pay off. All right, what else do we have? We have Solitude, Find Your Beach, card 36. And this is like, a possible fix for that feeling, energetically like entangled in some way. So this is getting out, getting on your own. Even if you do say you do have company, or you do have a lot of things going on, making sure you're carving out time for yourself is always very important. What else do we have, please? We have Serendipity, Invite Good Luck. This is what's clarifying that King of Wands and the treasure map. So some of you, you could really be finding your treasure in the month of July. This could be it. This could be big. This could be very big. There is some sort of big shift here in the month of July. Okay, let's actually move these out of your way. Let's go ahead and get back to tarot. Thanks so much. I'm gonna want to see though if there is something in your way, but let's go see what we have. What do we have here? Clarify the Magician, please. Thank you so much, Magician. All right, you have the 5 of Cups. So we're going to focus on where we want to go, right? This is also clarifying that go within, or go with the flow. Focus on where you want to go. What's really worth your time? Focusing on those 2 cups standing, right? That's how you're going to get to the castle. What else do we have? What else do we have? You may have to, again, make some minor adjustments and just like be willing to kind of let some things go. What else do we have? Ace of Pentacles, what's where it leads us to. When we surrender and release, what do we make room for? We make room for this beautiful Ace of Pentacles. And that's what's also clarifying that clarity with fostering self-awareness. So yeah, what else do we have? Out of nowhere comes an Ace of Pentacles. Even this could be that new job, the new income, and a promotion. It's a great opportunity, prosperity. It is, of course, what we make of it, right? Just like with that Magician, they might have all the tools and all that, but they themselves are focusing and bringing it into existence, right? It's not just handed to them and then that's it, right? Not that you would expect that, but look what you have. You do have success coming in. 6 of Wands. There we are. And this is what we get for choosing optimism and having that faith and not letting the emotions or whatever else has been very taxing and quite a struggle bring us down. This is victory and success, you know, also in the public eye. Gives me strong Leo vibes, actually. And then we have the devil here coming in. So this is, I'm not at all surprised to see this in this column because here it is. That's the entanglement. This is the entanglement column, the energetic cords, the ties, the bonds. This is like the things that are stressing you out, weighing you down, the things that little voice telling you you're not good enough, or, you know, anything that makes you feel dependent, materialism, excess, all of it. It's all in that, you know, that's that kind of energy. So you could really feel like you just, again, need to kind of space things out and including giving yourself some space to you know get, recalibrate, you know, throughout the month. It's going to be a big month for you. Okay. It's like kind of like taking the good with the not so good, you know, as his life. And then we have the Emperor, though. This is what's clarifying. Treasure map, you're almost there, and inviting good luck with that King of Wands too. So then you have more fiery energy of the Emperor. This is the energy of all 4 kings. Perfect, wonderful. And this is going to be a time after a time when you felt probably pretty on your own with some things, probably pretty left out in the cold, so to speak. I am feeling that, feeling those kind of vibes, and like you coming back stronger. All right. Kind of like that King of Wands, you know, they go through the fire and they come back stronger, come out on the other side a lot stronger. What else do we have? Actually, I want to get, if there's anything we need to kind of release, you know, shift gears a little bit, anything getting in our way. Speaking of that devil energy, how do we go from the devil to the Emperor? Help us out. I always laugh when I see this one. So tarot dependency. Tarot dependency. And so this could be just you not relying on your own intuition. Make sure you're exercising free will. I usually say that in every video, you know, it's like it's a whole little thing I say. And it's like, you have free will, final say, your intuition knows best, take what resonates and leave the rest. Right. So that's this tarot dependency card. So it could be taking away your own ability to see things clearly, make the choices that are best for you. Right. So let's not have that happen. So tarot can help you evaluate different options or paths, but in the end, it is up to you. Right. It's not up to cards or my interpretation or anyone else's. You have to go through the journey, trusting your inner voice for guidance as you learn, or so you can learn. And then we have blocked root chakra here. And this is about unblocking your first chakra. So this is maybe experiencing pessimism, poor focus, or lack of ambition or purpose. This is what we're doing to clarify that devil energy. So these are solutions, hopefully, for some of you, right? And this is to heal your root chakra, use crystals, connect with earth, or find time to exercise to help you feel secure in your choices and reignite the love and excitement for life. That's what that devil energy wants. They want you to feel insecure. So whatever's making you feel insecure or whatever, you may need to address it and really clear out that sort of emotional clutter that could have been piling up. All right, what else do we have? You really want to make the most out of an opportunity you have coming in. Make the most out of that Ace of Pentacles. What else do we have? We have the King of Cups. There he is, and I had mentioned him earlier, right? So this keeping your own emotions in check and honoring them too. It doesn't mean, oh, we're gonna, you know, just glaze right over and, you know, pretend everything's beautiful and wonderful and happy when it's not. No, this is someone who has emotional control, but it's balanced, right? This is someone who they've gone deep into their feelings, right? And they've come out the other side and they're stronger. All right, what else do we have? They know themselves. So this is about you really knowing yourself. We have the 5 of Wands, knowing yourself regardless of any sort of conflict, obstacles, challenges, right? Avoiding those power struggles when you really, like, if they can be avoided. Sometimes, you know, you have to go toe to toe, like with, you know, metaphorically, figuratively speaking, I should say, right? And sometimes we do have to, you know, talk it out or really get to the bottom of something, and we've got to have the tough conversations. But there are other times too where it's just simply not worth your energy. So there's more balance with that, seeing your way through something. We have the 3 of Swords. Three of Swords. I think there's some information. There's something more to learn too about why something didn't work out. Okay, about some sort of loss or suffering, because it does feel like the worst is over, kind of thing. Moving on, forgiveness, and getting all of that. But there's something like there's a little more information maybe that you could be getting, or that you may feel you need in order to move on. Even what else do we have? We have the Fool. Yeah, that's exactly right. Okay, so then with the Fool card, this is that optimism, moving forward, fresh hope. That's the new beginning, right? It's the new beginning, and it's taking that leap of faith here. And yellow background here, the cards with the yellow, you have Magician, Fool. Those are positive, connecting to the sun energy, positivity. What else do we have here? Speaking of sun energy, get some sun wisdom. We have past joys. So also in July, as I said, did I not say it? Nostalgia. One of the first things I wrote for the month of July was Six of Cups, and it said nostalgia. All right, so past joys. I'm looking at my notes here. Yeah, so this is you could sense a familiar presence in the air, suggesting a surprise return of the past. That could happen. There could be reconciliation for some of you, but hey, you have free will, final say, right? You're going to decide. What else do we have? Victory. Victory is yours. Totally feeds right into that Six of Wands there. Coming out on top here, Libra, coming in strong in the month of July. So whether it's an outer or inner achievement, you've done the work. You're getting the recognition, the success, positive results. And look at this. It's going to be clear as day what you need to do. You decide, right? Some of you are making a big decision. You're going to get the clarity, the truth. Things are coming into the light. The answers you seek are being revealed. The sun will illuminate the path to the truth. All right. That's another message coming in. Let's use this Botanical Inspirations deck. I pulled this out. I don't think I've ever used it on the channel. I wanted to use this for July for you. Yeah, again, not everyone's 100% going to get their way necessarily with the interactions you're having. But for you, it's like very strengthening. So maybe you're standing up for yourself, Maybe you're the one getting your way. Clearing the air. Be mindful of... again, any sort of, I'm getting like turbulence in some way. So I don't know if it has to do with like traveling or weather or something, but I'm kind of feeling that. So hopefully everybody's safe. I do wish everybody well, of course. But I'm going to tell you what I get. We have Sacred Lotus here, enlightenment. Oh, and then the quote is Thich Nhat Hanh, no mud, no lotus. Right? The lotuses have to push through the mud in order to blossom into these beautiful lotuses. What else do we have? I love that. That's a good book too. What else do we have? All the decks I use are down below, by the way. Apple blossoms. Choices, knowledge, and illumination. Yep, this is a month where your knowledge is expanding. Absolutely. Had that coming in. This is white are the flowers of the apple tree. Okay. White are the flowers of apple tree that brings us fruits of fertility. Okay, so that's a quote by Unknown. So choices, knowledge, and illumination with apple blossoms. All right, what else do we have? Of course, now I'm hearing apple bottom jeans in my head. All right, we have lilac here. First emotions of love. Ben Hecht is the person who's going to be delivering this quote. And it says, love is the magician that pulls man out of his own hat. Interesting. Okay. Love's the magician that pulls man out of his own hat. All right. And you started out with the magician. And then we have hydrangea. So thankfulness for understanding. Thankfulness for understanding. And this is saying, before we can forgive one another, we have to understand one another. Quote by Emma Goldman. So I just thought it'd be interesting to use another deck, just something a little different, change it up a little, right? All right, let's go ahead and get some galactic angel messages. Laughter is key, so find the humor and take a light-hearted approach. What else? Karma's at play. You can clear karma or cash in good karma at this time. Choose your actions wisely. The choice is yours, and it's up to you here. All right. And one more. Dance like no one's watching. Find a way to connect with the innocent energy of your soul. Have fun. Throw yourself a party. All right. What else do we have? I'm getting watermelon too. And a name like Lally, something along those lines. So I could be mishearing that, but I was feeling that. And now I'm hearing like Peggy Sue or Peggy and then the name Sue as well. What else do we have, please? Mm, Desiree. What else do we have? Mm. Oh, okay. Snail. So, snail. Um, okay. So when I think of the snail, I think of like the Nine of Pentacles and the little snail going by. um, and how things don't just happen overnight, right? That self-sufficiency, the fruits of your labor, the financial gain, it doesn't just necessarily happen overnight. So just kind of a little bit of a reminder of that. All right, let's see what else we have. 1212. So manifesting your dreams, stay focused on your goals and dreams, right? Not allowing yourself to be sidetracked or even I'm kind of getting that. Well, not kind of. I'm getting the word dismayed. Try not to live in dismay. If it's not happening right away, there's something here. And not that for a lot of you, I feel like you've been patient for a very long time, though. All right, what else do we have? Let's get some animal cards and we'll close out your reading. Thanks again for being here. I'm wishing you all a fabulous July, and you know how to show support of the video. Thank you. What do we have here? Oh, yes, we have hummingbird. So now this is my second thing. I didn't say it before, but I'm getting the month of May. So May could resonate for some of you. We have hummingbird, card 51, reprogramming, soul star chakra. That's the chakra a little bit above your crown. So it's time to clear unconscious programs that are holding you back. Connect with your cosmic self to receive a consciousness upgrade. So now, just to recap, okay, a few major themes. Some of you, you're going to be getting your way. Nostalgia's in the air. We have overcoming power struggles, personal battles. A lot of like, again, it's a moody month. I don't know how else to put it, right? It could be a lot of just emotions, but it's not necessarily bad. It just feels like, yeah, I think a lot of you are spending time with like friends and family. You're going to be around more people, possibly for a lot of you. All right, so that could be what that's about. You have also a theme of you're reminding me again that you may need to help somebody, someone you may be saving the day, or maybe someone comes in and offers some support for you. Great. But then also, yeah, questioning your own beliefs, clearing the air, and an extremely empowering time. All right. So there's some sort of overdue evolution or growth that's happening for you. So that is what I have for you. Your next reading, pardon me, will be on Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is my time for posting weekly readings. And then I also post readings for Libras every Tuesday and Thursday, generally in the afternoon. And I am on East Coast time. So that's what I have for you. Thank you so much. Take care.